What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. You know, these young rappers today, and I'm not gonna act like the ones in my generation was any better. There was a lot of gun violence. The murder rate was high at that time when I was coming up. So I'm not gonna act like my generation was so better. But what you see now is a lot of unnecessary dissing. I think like in the time I was coming up and people would kill you or shoot you, people didn't go out and brag about such a thing. If they're gonna get caught, they're gonna let the police catch them. But in today's world, people will make a video about that. Like I talked about the young Dolph guy who got arrested. He was making a video in Indiana about evading the police. People think it's a game. And this is what's going on with, Lil Durk and NBA Youngboy. Now, both of them come from rough environments. The father is not really there in their life. I know Lil Durk's father was a drug dealer. I believe the NBA Youngboy's father was in prison. So I think Lil Durk's father got actually killed, Mr. Big Durk. And so both of them live very similar lifestyles. They both have a lot of kids. Both grew up with people who didn't really care about them, both from broken environments. And although they have money, they have fame, what do you see with both of these guys? Their toxicity from their personal life has transitioned into their professional lives. They get paid to talk about this stuff. And we all know that the King Von situation, with him being killed, had to do with one of Lil Durk's rappers, King Von, or associates, against one of, NBA Youngboy's guys, which I don't even remember the game names right now. The guy's from Georgia somewhere. I don't know. He's not even that good. But both these guys been beefing for a long time. But NBA Youngboy wants to diss King Von in the new track. And to be fair, King Von did the same thing. He did his share of dissing other people. FBG Duck did his share of dissing people. It just happens all across this stuff. Mo3, Draco. I don't know if he dissed dead people, but he was also in the beef. He recently got killed. All of these guys that are dying behind these little beefs, okay? And NBA Youngboy said, N-word, this is Squid Game, O Block Pack get rolled up, and they just had another guy from O Block that got killed like last week or 2 weeks ago, something like that. Murder what they told us, Atlanta boy get folded up. I think that's really talking about King Von because he got killed in Atlanta. And I want to know, for these young guys out here, why is it the cause? And I'm going to tell you why it's the cause. Even though NBA Youngboy has a bright future as a rapper, he don't have nothing to live for. Okay? Now, I know Lil Durk got married, but I'm going to tell you the mindset of these guys. They don't got nothing to live for, even with the money, even with the fame. Because if they had something to live for, you would know what just happened to Draco, the ruler. You would know what happened to Mo3. You would know what happened to all these rappers that got killed in the last year. Even Nipsey Hussle, that had nothing to do with the beef. He just happened to be an innocent bystander and got killed by a snitch. But you should know what this leads you to. This shit is real. People lose their life behind stuff like this. But to these guys, it don't matter. And it don't matter because I can tell you why. They don't feel like nobody ever cared about them. So F everybody else. This is young black man's mentality in the world today. Many of them. Nobody cared about me. I don't care about your homeboys or how they feel. I don't care about his family or how she feel. At some point, somebody got to be able to be a man enough to say, listen, enough's enough. I don't, you might not like King Von. From what I hear, he was a hitter. He killed several people, including a young lady. It was confirmed by Chicago police officers or the police chief in that community that he was really active. He was a murderer. That's what they say. But still, that man is somebody that got people that love him, that care about him. And what is this going to lead to? NBA Youngboy, if you go to Atlanta, if you're in Atlanta, wherever you at, it's going to lead to nothing but problems. Nothing but problems. And some of these guys really just want to just die. That's their wish. I don't even think these guys have a wish. I mean, rappers are coming like gang members. Most gang members in the 90s and the 80s, if they were in LA, two things they knew that would happen with them. They were going to jail. They had accepted that. They wasn't going to snitch. Some did. But the third alternative or second alternative was they was going to die. They understood it coming up. To live this lifestyle, to be a part of this gang, whether you Crippin' or Bloodin' or whatever you are doing, you know that you're going to die. That's okay. But a lot of these rappers who come from these environments, you throw that money at them, they don't care about that. They're still acting as if they want to die. And they don't care about it at any expense. Even if you got to clout chase other people. Disrespect them on their records. Talk about their dead family. Talk about their dead kids. Talk about their deceased people. They don't care. Tekashi 6ix9ine, he does it all the time. Make fun of people, dead folks all the time. Saying about Lil Durk, this is fun to them. This is hilarious to them. Until it happens to somebody that they love. Then it ain't funny no more. And all for what? For some views? I mean, we're gonna be honest. NBA Youngboy is hot enough to not even talk about Lil Durk. I don't even listen to rap music right now. I know Lil Durk is popular. I think NBA Youngboy is more popular than he is. You got all these legal troubles and all this stuff. You know, your little brothers. Now, NBA Youngboy got two brothers in prison for murder. Okay? You the only person in your family that's really doing something. So you gonna risk all of that behind a rap beef? You gonna lose everything you got? You got all these kids? If something happened to you, you get died behind some stupidity. You got like 9 or 10 kids that are immediately gonna fall into poverty. But you don't care. A lot of these guys don't care. They don't care about their lives. And definitely, if you're a young woman and you're dealing with them, Mayweather and whoever else, man, these guys gonna destroy you too. And there's certain guys in the black community that are so far gone, they cannot be helped. I'm talking about the NBA Youngboys of the world. I think Lil Durk, he's starting to come out of that. But there are certain guys in the black community that are so toxic. They've seen too much. They've been to too much. There's nothing you can do. They have too much hatred. They have too much vile. They hate everybody. They hate themselves. They hate their community. And they hate anybody that come in. They're going to self-destruct. I don't care how much money you give them. I don't care how many fans they got. You just gotta try to get away from them as much as you can. And a lot of the fans in the black community and all around the hip hop world, they stand by for this. You know, other communities in the world, man. I'm over here on the continent right now. You don't hear songs like this when they go out. Listen to Afro beats. You hear, DeVito. You know, you hear guys like that. You hear guys like Iyanya. They don't talk about stuff like this. You just don't hear it. You know, if you hear like Western, that's kind of like grime and Brit, you don't hear stuff like this kind of stuff. But you hear this kind of stuff from guys who have a toxic life. And it's sad. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. Check out the first company in the tab. And as you know, the buffoonery remains an all-time high. I'm out.